What's up, everybody? So today we are going to take the Civic out, put it to the test, and get an overall feel of everything we've done to it so far from the beginning of winter to now. Now, if you guys have been following along, at the beginning of winter, we ended up swapping out the coilovers from the function forms that were on there. They were obviously pretty old and used and beat to a brand new set of Maxpeedingrods ones that we had gotten sent out to us. And on paper, they look to be better, but like I said, we'll put it to the test and find out whether or not they are. They have adjustable ride height, which the function forms did as well. They do appear to go a little bit lower, which is kind of nice if I decide to go for that slam look. They have adjustable dampening, which the function forms did not have, and they had the little bit better spring rate. So like I said, we'll test it out, see how it feels. But the big thing I want to test out is the 5-lug conversion that we just completed on the car. So currently, we got the EK9 5-lug hub assemblies all swapped out on the car, so it comes with bigger brakes in the front, disc brakes in the rear. We also upgraded a few components that go along with that system as far as like a master cylinder to make sure we have correct proportioning bias throughout the system, make sure we have good pedal feel and whatnot. We upgraded the brake lines to steel braided brake lines, so that should give us a better pedal feel as well. And we also upgraded the rear trailing arm bushings, because as you guys know, most Civic trailing arm bushings are shot, so when you have it all out and apart, you might as well go ahead and upgrade all that stuff as well. So we put K-tuned hardened rubber ones in there, so it is still nice factory feel, but a little bit stiffer. So we'll see how those feel as well. And obviously the other thing I want to do is get the car outside, because it's been sitting in the garage for this whole entire time, and now we have the Integra Type R wheels on it since they are 5-lug with better tires, because the ones that were on the car were completely shot. And then of course, as far as exterior stuff go, we ended up putting on the EK9 Civic Type R grille and the Civic Type R spoiler. So all that stuff's on there. I want to get outside, get a good look at it. But before we do any of that stuff, our friends over at Oxytow sent us out the last pieces that we needed to convert the rest of the car to LED. So we got the LED lights here for the taillights as far as the daytime running lights go, and for the license plate lights, so we'll be able to swap those out. And then we also got the turn signals for the front with resistors to keep it from hyper flashing. So let's go and throw this stuff on real quick, see how it all looks, and then we can take this thing outside, put it to the test, and actually see how the car looks outside, because like I said, it's been stuck in the garage for far too long. Before we swap out to the Oxytow LED turn signal, we're going to show you guys a little bit before here, and then swap it out with the Oxytow one, and then show you an after. So now you guys get to see the before, we're going to show you guys the parts that come with this kit. As you can see here, it comes with 2 resistors for each side, a couple of little splicers there to connect into the wire loom, and then of course the turn signals for the front. Like I said, these are LED. And as you can see there, they look pretty decent. So we'll go and install these now and get a little comparison of the before and after. So in order to replace this turn signal, it looks like we're going to have to take the headlight out. So it's just a couple bolts here as well as a few behind the bumper. So in order to get that out, we need to take the bumper off. I don't know, unless maybe there's some way to get behind this bumper to access this turn signal, but we'll find out. So let's go ahead and just jump into this. Well, at least their bumpers are easy to take off, but as you can see there, we have access to all the bolts if we want to take the headlight off. But it does look like, if I go up underneath here behind the wheel well here, I do have access to the bulb there. So I should be able just to reach around in here and get that. And then inside here, you guys see this wiring loom that comes right there. We should be able to splice in that resistor to keep it from hyper flashing. So let's go ahead, pop that out, and wire it all up. So here is the old bulb. We'll put the new one in now. I'll be sure to wear like some little gloves or something to keep from touching it, because I don't want to touch the LEDs themselves. But let's go and swap this one out now for the new one. And just like that, we got it slid into place and looking good. So we'll go and test it out here in a second once we wire up that resistor. Okay, so here is the resistor as well as the 2 quick splices that are included in the kit. Now, as far as this goes, you can see here there's these 2 wires that are attached to this resistor. So one wire will go to ground and the other will go to the signal itself. So in our case, the Civic runs 3 wires. So there's a red power, a green signal, and a black for ground. So this one will go to signal and this one will go to ground. And just like that, you guys can see there, we got the splice connected to the ground and we got the splice connected to the signal with a resistor sitting here. We'll go ahead and mount this up somewhere to hide it. But for now, let's go ahead and test and make sure it works. So there you guys see, we got nice and bright, no hyper flashing, everything's good on this side. So now let's go ahead and jump on that side, finish that up, get the bumper put back on, and should be good. Then we can move on to the back, do the license plate lights, and the daytime running light and the tail light. Now we got the front end all buttoned back up. You guys can see there, the signals are in there, they're all wired, looking good. So let's go ahead, set you guys up, and get a good look at the signals. And just like that, we got the front end all buttoned up and completed. As you guys saw, those Oxytow LED lights are extremely bright. So I'm really happy with the way it's turning out with the headlights, and the turn signal is now completed here on the front. All it's left to do is the back end. So we got the daytime running lights in the back there, as well as the license plate lights. And then everything on this car is LED besides the gauge cluster or whatever, which is fine. But as far as exterior lights go, we are all LED, and then the one interior dome light that we have. So let's go ahead, jump back there, and then once that's all completed, we can probably take this thing out on a spin. And now for the back end, all we got left to do back here is the daytime running lights. So there's just a small bulb inside there that needs to be changed out. We've done the reverse lights, we've done the brake lights, we've done the turn signals and everything back here. So we got that one bulb in there, as well as these two license plate lights in there. So in order to get to those, we'll have to open up the hatch here and undo all that plastic on the inside here, as well as reach back through here. There's just a little cover inside there, which I can show you guys here. Oh yeah, and I picked up a D16 Y8 head and intake. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it, but if you guys are interested in maybe seeing this swap, let me know in the comments below. I don't really know if it's worth it or not. I just got this for super cheap, so if not, we might use the intake and just do a D16 Y8 intake, but who knows? We'll see. I don't really know what the plans are with this. Just picked it up because it's super cheap. Anyway, as far as the license plate lights go up there, we'll just go ahead, pop off this plastic trim piece here, and we should be able to get to that. And then as far as the other lights, just right back there. So we're going to swap those out. I'll show you guys a little before and after. So let's go ahead and show you guys the license plate lights and the brake lights. So as you can see there, the daytime running light and the license plate lights are very dull. So let's throw these in now. Old bulbs are out. We got the new ones all installed. Now we can go ahead and see how bright they are. Daytime running lights on. This is the lower one that is on now. So you guys can see just how bright the taillight is on without brake light. And then nice and clean the license plates look. Much better. So now this is complete. We can go ahead and take this thing out for a spin. So we just got the Civic out. I just pumped up the brakes, make sure they were all good before I started driving, obviously. We went ahead, bed them in a little bit, and so far they feel really, really good. Suspension and everything feels great as well. My steering wheel is very crooked, but we'll have to do some alignment here at some point. But yeah, overall it feels great so far. We'll go ahead and let this run for a little bit so you guys can get a good feel of how this works out. I am definitely rubbing in the front with the fender liner. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's not too loud, I hope not, but it's very drony. The exhaust in here is not the greatest. As you guys can see there, braking is much better, but that wheel rubbing is awful. We're gonna need to do something with that wheel liner because it sounds terrible. Brakes so far are great. Way better than what they were before. Coilovers feel awesome. I'm going around a little bendy section here. That wheel rubbing is awful. You guys can probably hear that for sure on that right side front. That fender liner is pretty messed up. Okay, we're gonna come up to a stop here. Going about 40. Not bad. Yeah, braking's way better than what it was before. And I don't know about the whole booster thing. I know I've seen comments and stuff telling me that I needed to upgrade the booster, but overall it doesn't really feel that bad. Once we do a little bit of driving here and get more feel for it, if I do feel like I need a new booster, then we'll upgrade to the EK9 one, but overall it feels pretty good. Yeah, the brakes are insane on this so far. Before they were like super spongy and squishy, now they're nice and tight. Like I said, we ended up upgrading to the DOT4 fluid and everything, so obviously that's not going to make a major difference right now because we're not bringing it up to temperature of any kind. But we got that, we got the steel braided brake lines, we got the master cylinder, we got the brakes. bigger brakes in the front. We've got the disc brakes in the rear now, and these coilovers, yeah, they feel much better than what those function and forms were. But yeah, the steering wheel and stuff is very crooked. Definitely need to wash this car too. It's very dirty. Yeah, just a little bit of rubbing and stuff when we go around corners. I mean, by a little bit, I mean a lot. Oh yeah. So slow, so loud, so slow, rubbing around corners and stuff. But the coilovers and brakes, they feel great. I need some better seats too, because going around the corners I can feel myself move around a little bit. But yeah, coilovers are much more planted than what they were before. I stiffen up the fronts. I think originally I did, they're 24-way adjustable. I did 12 all the way around. The fronts I've got just on 6 softness. So we got set 12 right in the middle in the back, and then we got it up to about as stiff as you can, -6. So should be good there. Feels a lot better. I normally tried driving it out in the winter time. It did not work at all. Yeah, brakes feel good. Get back check, make sure we don't have any leaks or anything, but overall everything feels really good so far. Actually, the car's driving pretty well straight. Yeah, no major issues there. It's just my steering wheel is very crooked, so when we get home we'll try to fix that a little bit, see if we can adjust everything, make it so it drives a little bit more straight, or I guess I should say the steering wheel will face a little bit more straight. I mean, you guys can see that we're going down kind of a bumpy road here, and coilovers aren't too bad. We're not rubbing. It only seems to rub on the turns. Braking here, not bad. Obviously I didn't come to a full stop, I let myself roll a little bit, but it stops way better than what it did before. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me because it's very loud. Definitely need to do something with this exhaust, but it's all projects that'll take time. So we'll go and take this thing home now, get a look over everything, make sure we're not leaking any brake fluid, everything's still held up great. Yeah, stopping's great so far. Now that we got back from our first drive with the Civic after doing all these upgrades, I would just say everything was very successful. The brakes felt great, even though, like I said, I'd read the comments about upgrading the booster, and so far I haven't really noticed any big issues with it. Pedal feel felt great, but I don't know if it's because we upgraded the stainless steel brake lines, so maybe that's a big factor in that as well. But overall, I'd say the brakes felt great. Better stopping power and distance than what the ones previously were. Obviously, they were just smaller size and they had the drum set up in the rear. So overall, not a good combination, where now we have all disc brakes all the way around. The upgraded bushings in the rear definitely felt a lot better as well. Having brand new wheel bearings that we installed on this felt great. The coilovers, I could definitely tell a major difference compared to the function and form ones. Like I said, we tried driving it in the winter time and it didn't do anything because we were all over the road. It was too slick. But the function and form ones, very bouncy, very stiff, whereas these ones have the adjustable dampening, and overall they felt really good for a budget, cheaper coilover. We'll definitely put it out to the test and see how they handle more for like longevity, because I'm curious to see how long and how well they hold up over time. but so far they're great. Only issues we ran into with the Civic was the steering wheel, as you guys saw, was kind of crooked. It's not very straight, so we need to go through and do an alignment. Obviously the whole car will need an alignment because we messed with all the suspension components, but the steering wheel definitely drives me nuts. The rubbing issue, we need to go through and figure that out. We either need to raise the car up, fix this wheel liner, because I don't know if you guys saw it, that passenger side front wheel liner is all chewed up and kind of mangled from previously being lowered and just rubbing through the liner. So we need to do something with that. But yeah, overall, everything felt great. It was very fun to drive. Haven't driven it in a little while. Very slow. We need to upgrade that at some point. Like you guys saw, that D16Y8 head that I picked up. I don't know if it's worth it putting it in there, but it's an idea. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. But otherwise, pretty happy with the results of the car. Felt great, drove great, stopped great. Everything's good so far. We got plenty more upgrades coming, so stay tuned for that. And hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, make sure you big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, we got plenty more stuff coming. And if you guys are interested in those Oxytow LED lights that I've installed, I'll link those down in the description below so you guys can pick them up for your own cars. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.